Hello everyone, this is Martin with Steadfast and Orion, and let's talk trucking. I don't have any agenda for this YouTube channel. I've honestly wanted to talk a little bit about everything that we do in the business. We currently have a small warehouse here in Houston, and we also have a trucking company that we run and we operate, my wife and I. Now, we're not the largest, we're not, a large company, and, we're a small company, but we've been doing this a very long time, and we feel that our expertise and what we know, I think we should, teach to people. I know during this economy, 2020 hasn't been good to some, and it makes things a little bit hard to pay the bills and whatnot. So trucking has been a good form or a good source of income for some, because it's still something that didn't stop during the March, April, May COVID season. It was it's an essential business, and I think we all know that trucking in reality does move everything. And everything, if you look around your house, everything that you have in there was touched by a truck at some point or another. From your napkins to your toilet paper to your water bottles to your refrigerators to your washer and dryers. So trucking in reality moves everything. Even if you hire movers, there's a driver that probably hires, that has to have a CDL for that moving truck. I mean, stuff like that. So I know during this time, a lot of people are looking for other sources of income and what to do. How can I make more money? And if you look at our videos, I've always said that it's gonna be 100% free. I'm never gonna monetize what we show to the public, because we were in a position at one point to not be able to have money to help, or to learn another craft. And I've seen videos out there for trucking, dispatch courses and classes. And man, I'll be honest with you, I've seen $2,500 for some classes, and it's a person like me giving them. I mean, no disrespect, they might know more than I do or more than my wife, but there's really there's no better form to learn trucking than to be in it, in the daily grind. I would recommend people to work for a trucking company first. If you want to be like us, that we own, that we own and operate our own business. If you want to be something similar to that, I would recommend you go work at a trucking company first. I would say a small trucking company, so you can see how they run the operation, and then once you get a little bit of skills level, or a little bit of skills in the transportation industry, 2 or 3 years in, then go work at a larger company for another 3 or 4 years, 2 to 3 years, whatever. I think if you give yourself that opportunity to learn that craft, and the reason I say that is because you're using other people's money, and it sounds bad, but that's what it is. You're losing. Someone else is teaching you while you're getting paid. If you want to look at it that way. That's how I looked at it. Now, I'll give you my background in trucking. I started in the early 2000s. So I got about close to, a little over 17, going on 17 years roughly, 17 years actually, in trucking. Both in the shipping and receiving in the warehouse industry and in the trucking industry, but more in trucking than I was in the warehouse industry. When I first started in transportation, it was in shipping and receiving. I was in charge of a warehouse that handled about roughly 83 dock doors, give or take, and that was a big task to take on when you do nothing about transportation or shipping and receiving. So I got a crash course on that right away. Then shortly after, I got into the transportation side, and that's where I stuck with it, and I loved it because someone told me, someone I used to work with in that time period, told me like, hey man, if you want to make a good living, learn how to dispatch trucks, learn how to dispatch. And at the time, I don't remember what my income was, but he really did tell me, that my income could have been a lot more. And I didn't believe him. I honestly didn't believe him because I had no education. I didn't have a high school. I have a high school diploma, but I didn't finish college. I went to college, but I just said hi. But in reality, nothing that I learned in school, I'm doing now. And not to take anything away from school, because I believe in school, but transportation was something that I learned crash course daily. And either you love it or you don't. I don't know if there's an equal medium, because there's good days and there's horrible days. And if you're gonna be in transportation, I would recommend to be thick-skinned and to be patient. Those two things I think you have to have. Now, if you want to enjoy, the fruits of your labor and make more money without experience in the transportation industry, that's just a recipe for disaster, in my opinion. Because, like me personally, I love, golfing, but I don't know how to golf that good. So I'm not going to dedicate, myself to something that I'm not good at and try to make a living off of it. Not right now, at least. Maybe as a hobby on the side, but I don't think I would do that like as a a go-to thing, But that's just me. Now, if you watch our videos and everything that I'm going to be posting from now on, I hope 2021 is going to be a great year. I have a lot of things in mind, and I have a lot of things that I want to do for this YouTube channel. And I hope that the things that we see, or that you see on this video, in these videos, I hope that you learn something. And like I said, no one really taught us about what we know. The people that we work with, our co-workers at the time, and our co-workers now, and we call them co-workers even though they're employees, but they teach you something. Everyone teaches you something. Don't close your mind. And even the bad people that you've worked with throughout your time, they teach you something. At least you know what not to do. That's the way I looked at it. Like, okay, well, I'm not going to be doing that. You know what I mean? So, in transportation, there's a lot of egos. There's a lot of selfishness. And there's a lot of lack of experience, is my opinion. From a lot of different ways. Like me, I personally think about transportation like, I always name Mr. Warren Buffett, but that's who I really do admire. He says never fully go all into a highly regulated business. Trucking is a highly regulated business. Mr. Warren Buffett bailed out of the airlines immediately after he knew what was going on, and I think he was a smart man for that. But trucking, that's why we are great partners with Evans Delivery, with the Evans Delivery Network. To be honest with you, they're a very great source for us to do business with. They're a great partner. They consider us a partner. We consider them a partner. And if you've seen some of our videos in the past, you see how it operates. And quite frankly, it's the best company we've ever had the pleasure of doing business with. Our customers, they like doing business with them as well. We haven't heard many bad things, or really any bad things, unfortunately. I meant to put it that way. But 2020 has been rough on people. Even in corporate office, we had the pleasure of going up there in September, and they were worried of how things were due to COVID. So we had to respect their rules and the boundaries that we had to keep. And I think even right now, the pressure of people working from home, it's hard enough as it is in transportation. So working from home is even harder. Trying to get a response on the phone is harder. Trying to get an email response is taking longer. So in transportation, if you don't already know what to do and you're relying on somebody else, it's gonna take you a little bit longer. And unfortunately, that you in trucking, you can't afford to be wasting time. Like I said, I want to post more videos. If you guys want to comment, hit like, share, subscribe. I'm new to this, but I know what I'm doing. My wife knows what she's doing. I promise you guys, I started at $32,000 a year. Now we run a company that's close to $2 million. For me, that's a great feat. I know that's nothing for some people. For some people, that's just one customer. To us, that's a lot. You know, I mean, and we're just growing. My goal is to get to 60 million by 2030. That's an ambitious goal. I don't know if we'll reach that. I just like, you know, saying that to myself. I know that this is a highly regulated industry, but without goals, you know, what are we doing? You know, you gotta set yourself a big goal, an audacious goal, and commit to it. And personally, as we grow, I hope you guys see these videos and then grow with us. And our journey would be your journey, and I hope that we help you guys out genuinely. 100% free. I'll never ever monetize anything because I needed the help. I lived off $5 pizzas for 3 years off of Little Caesars. I always made a joke with my wife that if Little Caesars ever called me up to do free ads for them or free promotions, I would forever. Because, I mean, they fed my family for years. I was broke. I mean, I had 7 cents in my bank account at one point. I mean, you go negative and stuff. I was telling one of our employees this story earlier. You go negative at times, you know, I understand. You go negative and, you know, you bounce a check here and there every now and then when you're broke. And especially during COVID, you know. I understand how people get. I was there in 2008. And if you were in transportation in 2008, I was dispatching. I got let go December 21st in 2008. I mean, it was rough. So I know exactly what people are going through. Like I said, I lived for 3 or 4 years. I don't even remember. Off $5 pizzas from Little. My family did. Because that's all we could afford. And a large pizza family. At least mine, it did fit mine. You know, 2-3 days out of the week. That's what we ate. So, I know what it's like. I'm here to help. I mean, our business is doing good. Thank you to our customers and to the people who are watching. And because of that and because of you, this is why we want to give back. So, hope we teach you guys something in these videos. Hope you learn something, and can't wait for 2021 and for the rest of this year. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and I have a surprise coming too. So, thank you guys.